Hi everybody, this video will show you how to multiply polynomials, specifically how to multiply binomials, which could then be applied to polynomials. There are three ways that I would like to introduce to you, and each has its own name. The first is called the box method. Next, we have the stacking method, followed by the distributing method. Every method looks different from the other, but in the end, the result should be the same. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the box method is called that because, well, although you're not really making a box, you do have a square. And the way to set it up is, in this example, you have two binomials. You choose one of the binomials to be on the roof and the other to be at the side. Okay? And you should create a space between the terms of each binomial so that you can divide the square into quadrants like I did here. So the way to fill it in is by simply multiplying. So you go with the x, take the x, multiply it with 2x, and here you would get 2x to the second power. Okay, remember what happens when you multiply variables to other variables of the same kind. The exponents increase. So 2x squared. Then you take the x and you multiply it with the negative 3. That would give you negative 3x. Now that's the first row. You go down to the second row and repeat the same process, but this time with the 4. So it would be 4 times 2x, which is 8x, and 4 times negative 3, which would be negative 12. Now, as far as multiplication, it's done. The only thing you have to do now is recognize that we have like terms, and they will always be diagonal to each other. In this case, negative 3x and 8x are the like terms. So they need to be combined so that we can get a final answer. So the answer that we have here would be, it would be 2x squared, which is our leading term since the power is the highest, followed by 8x minus 3x, which is plus 5x, followed by our constant term, which is the negative 12. And that's it. That's our answer. That's how the box method works. Now, the next method is called the stacking method because you do exactly that. You stack them. And just like you multiply two-digit or three-digit numbers by stacking the numbers, we do the same thing here. So the idea is you pick one of these binomials and you make it your top stack. So in this case, I might choose the 2x minus 3, and then under that, I will put the x plus 4. I draw a line to show that I'm about to multiply them. And then, if I want, I can put a little x here to remind myself that I am not actually adding or subtracting, I am indeed multiplying. And it's easy to confuse because it looks like you could easily add these like terms going down and combine these going down. You don't want to do it that way. You are indeed multiplying. So the way that this would go is just like it does with ordinary numbers. So this would be 4 times negative 3. That would be negative 12, followed by 4 times the 2x. And that would give you a positive 8x. So you would have as your top row 8x minus 12. Then you move to the denominator. You repeat the process, but this time with the x and the negative 3. Now remember, when you multiply, when you go down to a new level, you leave a blank or you can put a 0. Some people like to do that if you want. And then you go ahead and shift over and continue multiplying. So this would be negative 3 times x, which is negative 3x. Notice how the like terms do line up. And these are now like terms which you will have to add up later. Followed by x times 2x, and that would be 2x to the second power. I draw a line, and I'm going to indicate in red that now I have freedom to combine like terms. And I do this going straight down. So this would give me a liter of 2x to the second power, followed by a positive 5x, followed by a negative 12, and that would be my answer. Okay? So if you notice, this answer is the same as the one we had the first time. because they should be. Even though the methods are different, the outcome is supposed to be the same. Now with the distributing method, we distribute this the way that we normally do any distribution. The exception is that, or I should say the difference, is that now we have binomial multiplied by another binomial. So what's going to happen here is that these are going to take turns. This 2x will multiply there as well as there, and I first write the outcome of that. So that would be 2x times x, which is 2x to the second power, 2x times 4, which would be 8x, and now the negative 3 has its turn. So this would be negative 3x from negative 3 times x, and then negative 3 times 4 would be a negative 12, and the like terms, if you notice, appear in the middle, and so those need to be combined. So what I get as a final answer would be 2x to the second power, followed by a plus 5x, followed by a negative 12, and just like last time, the last two times, I get the same result. So if I zoom out here, you can see the end result is exactly the same, but the way to get there is different by these different methods. So I hope this video helped you to understand better the box, the stacking, and the distributing method. Typically, students like to stick to one method over the other, but knowing all methods is perhaps the best so that if you get stuck with one, you can easily switch to the other to help you out. So please stop by, leave a comment, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.